Oh, hey, we're live.
I was like,
Oh my God, I'm so tired.
I don't get to eat.
She can't eat anything, you guys.
I'm fasting.
I just had a Tootsie Roll and she's really mad at me.
Why you gotta even say that?
Sorry, I'm gonna breathe on you. You're gonna be like, it smells like Tootsie Rolls.
No big deal. I mean, it's not like I want to. It's just like a cholesterol check. But this is what I have to do every 6 months.
She wants to eat.
I want to eat. Mm-hmm. And not only that, but we got treats in the mail. Erica Williams, girl, thank you very much for the presents. We got these. We got those.
I'll totally use that.
We got
this
is
awesome
sign.
Isn't that great?
Isn't that pretty?
I love that. I love that.
So nice.
We're gonna put it in here.
We're gonna hang it
that
in
way
here.
we won't have to fight over it.
We got these two little thingies.
This is they're like roses.
Yeah.
They're like straw roses.
Straw roses.
I'm gonna hit her with it.
And then, because she is a South Carolina girl and she knows I'm gonna be a South Carolina girl.
So cute.
We got these treats, wafers from South Carolina, and these cute little thingamajiggers.
Are they magnets? I kind of feel like they're magnets.
I think so.
I think they're magnets.
Let me see.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, they are.
Mm-hmm.
They're magnets.
Those are so
what do they
cute.
say? Little South Carolina magnets.
Yeah, they say something about inlet. Something inlet. I can't.
Morels?
I can't read because
Morels Inlet?
Morels. Yeah, I can't read because I don't have my glasses.
But that's
I have
really
my glasses
super
right here.
cute.
I could put them on and read, but I can't. I don't
You
feel like it.
could.
I could.
But anyway, isn't that sweet? That's from Erica. So
Thank
she
you,
sent treats that I can't
Erica.
eat until probably tomorrow.
She has to get her cholesterol checked.
And not until 12:45. So I can't have anything, which really, really sucks.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that lovely, lovely present.
So sweet. I will eat the cookies.
Yeah,
today.
she can eat them, but not all of them.
No, I won't eat all of them. I mean, there's a giant thing of them.
I know,
can't
but don't
I can't eat all of them.
And can you not eat them in front of me?
Okay, I won't eat them in front of her. I'll just like on the down low. I'll go in the bathroom and just like somebody some chick that has an eating disorder. I'll go in the bathroom and start eating them.
By the way, those things that you just saw came in the most gigantic box.
I know. I walked in. I'm like, what did we get? Yeah,
it was like a massive box.
Crazy.
Kanye, speaking of South Carolina, Kanye had his first campaign thing there in South Carolina. I'm not even sure where. It's not important. He had a big rally, and you guys, he's crazy. He's absolutely batshit. So
he's completely nuts. He's running for president. He's completely nuts. So he fits right in. You gotta be a little nuts to run for president.
Crazy.
But I asked her, I'm like, so was it a big crowd? Because she saw it.
Well, it's hard to tell because the angle I saw it from was somebody that was, kind of in the middle, the front of the middle area.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know the capacity of the place that he was in.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure. He did have, how, he shaved into his head the words 20 or the numbers 2020.
Well,
so that was shaved into his head. He's wearing a bulletproof vest. So that was a thing.
I do find it interesting, though, that he's got a 10-year deal with the Gap, right? That they say in early 2021, there's going to be modern, elevated basics at accessible price points.
That's not at all coincidental.
That, and then what else? He has something else.
Well, he's got a new album coming out next week.
A new album coming out. So, listen, I'm not saying that all these things are connected, but I'm not saying it either.
He actually said, and I quote, only I'm going to bleep myself, he doesn't give a bleep if he wins the presidency or not.
An F. He doesn't give
the F. Because, he said, he's far more concerned about the fact that there are homeless people in front of the Gucci store.
Oh.
And he is in service to God. Man, you guys, my roots are really bad. I'm going to have to do something. Sorry, this is a mirror, so that's a little distracting. But anyway, homeless people. He's more concerned about the homeless people than he is about winning the presidency. So, I mean, if he wins, whatever. But if he doesn't...
just the ones outside of the Gucci store. Not really any place else.
Right.
But the ones outside, because they're in the way, you guys. He's got to go in there and buy some stuff for Kim.
Couple things that stood out to the crowd there was when he burst into tears about the fact that his mom almost aborted him, and then also his wife Kim Kardashian almost aborted their first baby North, until he got a message from God saying, don't do that. Mm-hmm. And so he said the pills were in her hand. He said, the pills were in my wife's hand. She was ready to swallow the pills to get rid of the baby. And he said, no, God said we got to keep this baby. And so they did. So he also said, lest anyone think that he is pro-life, like all the way, he said, it should be legal. Abortion should be legal, but we should incentivize women to not abort by giving everyone who has a baby $1 million.
Oh my God. You guys, that's insane. Right? That is absolutely insane.
He's crazy.
Yeah, that is some crazy talk right there.
He lost the crowd a little bit when he said that Harriet Tubman did not free any slaves.
I mean, it wasn't when he said give every woman $1 million for every baby.
No, they were down with that.
They were totally down with that. That's fine. We'll just pull that money right out of the sky. I'll just say the sky. It's fine. No, that's okay. That's not crazy talk, but
it was the Harriet Tubman thing.
That's where he lost people.
There was somebody that said, come on, man! Like Joe Biden says sometimes. When he said the Harriet Tubman thing, people didn't like that. They were like, we're going to leave. Because they don't like it when you mess with Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, I mean.
So, anyway.
Don't do that.
Welcome to the birthday party platform.
Yeah.
That is his stance.
It's batshit.
Woo! Who watched Trump with Chris Wallace? Anybody watch that?
That was combative, wasn't it? I mean, because we haven't seen enough fighting lately. So
right.
That's just what we need. Is we need
more conflict.
We need a little bit more of it. That was interesting to watch.
Yeah.
I was like, do we need to do this? Do we need to? You remember the good old days where everybody wasn't fighting all the time?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I mean, kind of.
Like every once in a while,
people weren't fighting this hard.
Do you remember there was an interview with the president and like there was some decorum and like it wasn't just fighting all the time. Hey, Rob.
Hi, Rob. Yo. There's a lot of voicemails to get.
So many. Yeah.
What about?
Well, and one of them you got to bleep.
Yeah.
Because somebody says they effing love us.
Oh.
Which is nice.
Well, that is nice.
It's just that we can't play that on the air.
You can't say fucking on the air?
Okay. You can't say that on the air.
No. Can't.
No.
But anyway, there's a lot of voicemails.
Yeah, so you're going to...
And one of the people is mad at us about saying that Jake Ryan is 60.
Yeah, we talked.
I know, but they're mad about how we said it.
We talked about. Remember Jake Ryan and 16 Candles, you guys?
Who doesn't remember
16
Jake
Candles?
Ryan?
You remember Jake Ryan?
So
Jake Ryan. Yeah, so we talked about that on Friday, and the fact that he's turning 60 in real life,
which was shocking. Because you don't think of him as aging.
No,
ever.
You just think of him as remaining that guy in the sweater vest standing in front of the Porsche, the red Porsche.
Right.
Yeah, being
That's
like,
how
may
he's
I
supposed to
speak
stay.
to Samantha, or may I converse with her briefly? Remember that guy? Yeah, we remember that guy. So it makes us old. So we were talking about that on the show and reminiscing about that movie. And we were like, God, this is so crazy. So this lady is now mad at us for...
Yeah, she's mad. So
we're talking about how old he is.
I have a big surprise for you guys today in Speed Round.
I also sent you 2 things to cover in Speed
Yeah,
Round.
we needed to also talk. We need to talk about what's happened in Indy too.
Yeah, I told him.
Is that the stop? Okay, the 2 things.
That and the fact that Michael Avenatti's lawyer is asking taxpayers to pay his bills.
Yeah, because
Michael Avenatti's broke.
The Marion County stuff. We got to talk about.
Is there something going on?
Well, the fair.
Is there something going on?
Yeah.
What? What's the surprise though? What's the surprise?
It's a surprise. It's gigantic.
Well, that means you have to listen to the show, you guys. 9 to 11 WIBC.com.
The fair was crazy.
As if you didn't already think I was amazing enough. When you hear this about me,
really,
you're gonna just.
It's news about you.
Well, it's about my family.
Okay. Is it like your
like
descendant
your ancestry?
Like Elvis?
We're gonna hear about your ancestry.com. So you're somehow like related to John Cougar Mellencamp, like a 6 degree of separation.
That. Family was best friends.
Oh my God. Okay.
Small town's probably written about my ancestors.
I don't think it was written about your ancestors.
Anyway, did you guys see that Chris Wallace interview?
Yeah, so it was combative.
Very combative and hot because Trump had apparently specified that he wanted to be sitting outside. So that's where they sat and it was 100 degrees. So like Trump is sweating and complaining about it and Chris Wallace is constantly being like, well, I mean, I wanted to be inside and you said, let's be outside. And Trump said, well, I wanted to see you sweat. Except that Trump was the one that was sweating.
God, I'm so sick and tired of these interviews. I'm just sick and tired of all this. All the combative, all the like meanness. Everybody's so awful to one another. Everybody's awful.
Yeah.
Everybody.
You know who's awful is Roger Stone.
That guy is,
Did you guys hear about the Roger Stone stuff?
he's just sort of a terrible human being.
Yeah, you know what? He really is. Like,
He's
there's
just-
nothing redeemable about that guy.
No, I'm not saying that he deserved to have like a more
No.
of a like all the people coming in the middle of the night to do whatever to more so than anybody else.
He
I'm
did not
saying
deserve that.
He didn't deserve that, but I just don't think he's a very nice human.
No. And so he was on a radio show with some radio guy, black guy, Mo something or other. Mo Kelly.
Mo Kelly.
And that guy was asking him, which I thought was a reasonable question. He was asking him, listen, I mean, you got your sentence commuted by President Trump. Don't you think that that's more about your friendship with him than it is about like your actual crime? And so you hear all of a sudden like some rustling kind of and some muffling. And then you hear Roger Stone say to his person that he's with in the room, how much longer do I have to talk to this N-word? Now, it wasn't the N-word. It was sort of the diet version, if you will. Sort of like... I didn't realize it was a slur until I read this article and I saw people freaking out about it.
Many organizations still use it.
Right. So, for example, the the college fund? What do we call the college fund? The United Negro College Fund, right? UNCF obviously still uses that word. Mm-hmm. And that is the word, and it is used in other organizations. And in fact, I found some, the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League, it's still in that word. However, if you use it in the way that Roger Stone did, which was clearly in a way that was...
a jerk.
Yeah, like he was using it to be insulting. Mm-hmm. And then he got caught, right? Because Mo Kelly heard him say it. And he was like, I'm sorry, you said what? And Roger Stone then denied saying it, even though it's kind of as clear as day that, you know, he said it. And so it's not a good... It's just one more thing to add to the pile of things that Roger Stone is kind of yucky about, right? So, of course, everybody on social media exploded with that story over the weekend.
Okay, so we got to talk about Cuomo's wife.
Oh my gosh, did you guys see this?
Yeah.
Chris Cuomo's wife.
She's the one that is just like, I cured his coronavirus by making him eat kale. You remember? Remember when she did that?
Right.
You know?
And didn't she use like some, I don't know, not herbs, but
like essential oils and
but
crap.
like what's the word?
Like homeopathy.
Yes. Yeah, like
homeopathic remedies and all that stuff.
And one of them actually had some form of hydroxychloroquine in it.
Yeah, she's like, drink this juice.
So you know, Chris Cuomo was recently on his show dropping curse bombs about Donald Trump having the audacity to pose behind the Oval Office desk with Goya products. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I cannot believe in the middle of a pandemic that Trump is doing these photo ops. This is just unbelievable. It's so unacceptable, blah. So meanwhile, his brother, of course, is making it very, very difficult for business owners in New York to have their businesses. Obviously, gyms are not open. Tons of stuff isn't open. You can't have indoor dining right now still. And so Chris Cuomo's wife decides that it's not at all bad optics to release an Instagram thing showing her and her personal yoga instructor doing yoga, a class, in a Jimmy Choo.
Yeah, it's like a Jimmy Choo. Jimmy Choo is the high-end shoe store. It's like Christian Louboutins or Manolo Blahniks. They're like high-end shoes that are way overpriced. And it's it's a store that has been cleared out. And she's like, we're gonna go ahead and do yoga in this like empty Jimmy Choo store. And so they're in there. Like, you're not privileged enough being in an empty Jimmy Choo store,
right,
and then you're not wearing a mask and you're doing yoga with your private yoga instructor. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
it looked bad, you guys. It looked really
you
bad.
think? Yeah, and like people are watching this going, seriously, lady?
And it was like a video. She put it out on Instagram, and this is the caption. It said, As we can't do yoga in a studio yet, we practice together at the new Jimmy Choo store
My
in
God.
East Hampton, alone in this serene space, eyeing the beautiful collection of shoes.
Of course, it's in East Hampton. Of course, that's where it is.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe that's the wrong message to send to the
Uh-huh.
rest of New York, who can't get together in a Jimmy Choo store to do yoga with a personal trainer.
Yeah.
Because, by the way, gyms are not allowed to be open even for personal one-on-one sessions. You can't have a trainer and one person in a gym. Yet she found the workaround, right?
Yeah,
Chris Cuomo's wife found the
she's
workaround.
50 years old. Apparently, she's the publisher of the wellness magazine Purist. They should rename
I've never
that.
heard of that.
I've never heard of it either. It's probably just like bought by people in the Hamptons, you know?
Yeah.
It should be called like Uptight Hypocrite. That's what it should be called.
Can you guys? I mean, can you believe that? That
Yeah,
is ridiculous.
People are calling her out so hard for her hypocrisy.
I did
Because
too.
This is the thing: is like these people, they don't have rules, right? They don't have rules. It's kind of like when Chris Cuomo had coronavirus. Do you remember when he had it? He's preaching to everybody about how they need to be, and then he's out looking at houses. You remember?
Yeah.
Remember when he did that? And then people would call him out. He'd be like, "I'm gonna punch you in the face." Really? Really?
He did it. It's true. That's what he did.
He totally
was
did
super-
that.
I mean, he's got to be
He
all
was
violent about it.
So
and-
ragey about
Yeah,
that.
he's
because
super ragey.
He's so ragey when somebody calls him out on his hypocrisy, but you and your family are a bunch of raging hypocrites. You can't tell everybody how to act and how to be and what to do when you're unwilling to do the things. How about you bite us?
I tweeted at him this story, and I was like, whatever moral high ground you think you have, you need to shove right into your assular area.
Yeah.
Because this is a bunch of BS.
Get it all
you
up
and
in
your
there.
brother are a big bunch of jokes. is
Get
what
it
you
all
are.
up in there.
Did you see this non-binary talking horse story?
I don't even understand what that is. You're gonna have to explain it to me. I read it last night. I was like, what fresh hell is this? I don't even understand what this is.
Well, you guys remember like Halle Berry turning down the trans man role, right?
Yeah.
Like there was that big story a couple weeks ago.
Because she's like, only trans men
can
play trans men.
So she
Yeah.
turned it down. Well, now Hollywood has gotten themselves into kind of a pickle because
It's more of a pretzel.
it is a pretzel. Because now they used to do casting calls. They would put out requests for people to audition, and they would say, we need like a 20-something female, this kind of person, right?
Yeah.
And they would like say the things because that's kind of required when you're trying to cast somebody in a specific role. Well, now of course it's very, they are nervous to do that, and so the new language that they're using in their notices sent out to casting agents to let them know about roles that are coming up have had to change. And so now all the descriptions are super woke, because they can't really come out and say all of the things. So there's one casting sheet that went out last week that says, House identifies as female, trans, non-binary, gender neutral, voice only, open ethnicity, please submit star names only. So they're casting a talking
House.
non-binary house.
I don't understand. What do you mean non-binary house? It's just a freaking house.
It means that it's a house with no gender.
Well, houses don't have gender. This is what I was reading this, and I'm like, I don't understand what's happening. Houses don't have gender.
Well, some houses apparently do.
No.
I mean, I think that they have cast houses
As having gender? As having gender.
I don't know.
Do y'all think houses have gender? Because I don't think they have gender.
Yeah, I don't know. Right now, but like there's one person who was like, the breakdowns have become ridiculously woke and PC. They can't even say they're looking for men or women anymore. It's all person identifying as a woman or character identifying as male.
It's a house. It's a freaking house.
But it's a talking house.
I don't know
So
what's happening.
that's
It's the dumbest thing ever.
Important.
Hollywood, it's like, this is the thing. Now they're like, we can't act anymore. We just have to, so we're going to have a house play a house. That's what we're gonna have to find a house that acts, you guys. That acts.
Yeah, because only houses
Only
can play
houses can play houses now.
And only non-binary houses can play non-binary houses.
They're gonna have a hell of a time trying to find a non-binary house.
If you're a female house, you're out of luck.
Good luck with that, Hollywood. Good luck with it. Hey, Trader Joe's is racist.
Yeah, you guys, they are so racist. There's like petitions going around right now demanding that they change their packaging because they have like Trader Ming's on some of their more Asian style stuff. They have
I cannot with
Trader
this. I can't.
Jose for some of their Mexican food.
Okay, so talk about a
can't
Karen.
do that.
Talk about a Karen. Listen, I'm sorry to all the Karens out there because you know I have nothing but love for you. But this is such a Karen move because you know there's some white suburban mom that's in Trader Joe's going, "Oh God, there's a Trader Ming's." I mean, what are we gonna do? Because this is mean to Asian people. I mean, this is not right. And so they're mad on behalf. And you know, they're. Asian people are like, I don't give a crap.
I know. You know that there's no actual Asians that care.
I don't care. We haven't cared in like the many years that this stuff has been on the shelves. And like today, you're going to care about this, Karen.
Now it's important.
Yeah, this is
You
so
can't have
dumb.
Arabian Joe on Middle Eastern food or Trader Joe-san on Japanese food. You can't do that. So now there's all kinds of petitions. And Trader Joe's, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're like, yeah,
We're going to totally
doing it.
repackage everything for you, Karen. We're going to repackage it all.
We got this under
Because
control.
we can't upset you, suburban mom, with nothing else to do.
I mean, can you just
God, get a life, get a hobby. Go do yoga in a freaking like Gucci somewhere that's empty with your private yoga instructor.
Also, body parts are sexist. So, for example, there's some Australian doctors who are calling for people to stop using terms like Adam's apple or Achilles heel.
Or hysterectomy, because hysterectomy, they said, that word was derived from when they said that women were hysterical. And so they were like,
This is so
they were
dumb.
like, that just makes women like hysterical.
So now
Kind of
they're-
like when they go into Trader Joe's and they say, that box is racist.
So now they gotta say uterectomies
Yeah,
instead of
you can't
hysterectomies.
say hysterectomy anymore because that just makes women look like hysterical biatches that think boxes are racist.
But I haven't seen what they want to call the Adam's apple or Achilles heel instead.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not seeing what their replacement word is.
How about a throat ball?
And why do they care if it's sexist if only dudes have them to begin with?
I don't know. You got to get rid of your throat ball. I don't
Throat
know.
ball.
What do you guys think an Adam's apple should be called? I don't know. It's so dumb. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So that's happening.
So much is happening. There's a guy that died, isn't in Canada, from congestive heart failure.
This was such a sad
You guys,
story.
this is unbelievable. I think he was 46, if I recall
or
correctly.
43 maybe even? Like
He was
super
really young, and they've been putting off his surgery, his heart surgery, because of this coronavirus stuff. And Canada was like, we're gonna.
That's elective.
Yeah, it's elective for you to have your heart surgery, so we're gonna go ahead and put it off. And he needed to have it in April, and they're like, no,
That's elective.
No,
Hearts are not that important.
Yeah, you don't need to have that, and we want to make sure that you're safe from this coronavirus.
Yeah.
So we're not going to give you this really important heart surgery. He didn't have it. He died.
Yeah. So that, it was weeks later, May 30th, he suffered cardiac arrest and ended up getting put on a vent and passing away on June 7th. And
my
that
God.
family should literally sue everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
They should sue literally everybody.
Yeah.
Because that's not, I mean, listen, I understand putting off like a boob job, right?
Yeah.
I understand putting off certain elective things, but a freaking heart?
Yeah, not this,
pacemaker?
This is not okay.
No, it's not okay. So I think that they should sue everybody. I really do.
I feel so bad. And I mean, the guy had a wife and kids. It's just this is so freaking unacceptable. All this crap.
Did you guys see the interviews with Trump's niece? That woman is a hag.
You know, and she lied about the Joe Shapiro guy. She lied
Yeah.
about, I can't remember what his wife's name is. She was a tennis player. Pam Shriver, I
I
believe
think
her
that's
name
right.
is.
I think that's right.
Pam Shriver, I think is her name. And she's saying, you know what? My husband wasn't even friends with Donald Trump at the time when this hag is claiming that he took the test for him. So it's just a blatant lie. She's a liar. She's a liar. And people are just eating this book up like it's you know, they love it. They're lapping it up.
Yeah.
And she lies. So what other lies are in the book, right?
Well, exactly. I mean, none of it is to be trusted. So,
You know, and she's really bitter. You can tell she's really bitter. She was supposed to marry her girlfriend, right? And then she couldn't marry her girlfriend because I guess Trump Sr. died, and so that her wedding was postponed because his funeral like took precedent or something. You can tell she's bitter because
she's
of
very
that.
bitter. She's a miserable
She's
cow.
just so miserable. She's just so unhappy with herself and with her life and the way everything has turned out in her life, and so she's just she's projecting that. And here I am playing couch psychologist. Look, I can do it too. It's just she's so unhappy.
Yeah.
And you know, God bless her. She needs some help, you know?
Yeah. She needs some help. Oh shoot, I got locked out. Let me see if there's anything. Let me see if there's anything new. Keep talking.
I'm just saying Trump niece is not Shapiro. You know what? Well, Shapiro is dead.
The dude, yeah.
Joe
the dude's
Shapiro
dead.
is now deceased. His wife, though, I kind of thought the same thing last week when I saw all this going down. I was like, you know what? If I were the wife of that guy, I would be like, you don't get to say that about my deceased husband. I would be filing a defamation lawsuit so fast, her head would be spinning.
Ooh, maybe she will.
I would. I'd be like, you don't get to demean my deceased husband. You don't get to do that. You don't get to diss him.
Maybe she will. That would
How
be
about you
awesome.
suck it? Because that's not okay. Especially for somebody who is now gone and doesn't get to defend himself.
Yeah.
That's not okay. And since the facts don't line up, I mean, the timeline doesn't even line up. I mean, it's a blatant lie. Not cool.
Did you guys see the bear in Mexico?
Oh my God.
The bear with the 3 girls that are like hiking, and this bear stands up. It's a black bear, stands up on his hind legs and just kind of walks over to them, right? And so they freeze. The one chick's got her phone. She's taking selfies with the bear.
Yeah, that's
and the bear's sniffing at her, and they're just frozen, except for the picture taking one. And then he gets down, he walks a few feet away, comes back, bites the chick's leg, takes a nibble on her leg,
Yeah. I
and
mean,
then
he didn't,
swipes at it.
He didn't bite it to the point where it like...
No, but I
Yeah.
mean, he just is like, huh. Like, he just goes, huh. And then he lets go, and then he takes his big old bear paw, and he takes a swipe at her, and, you know, enough to,
Like playful.
to jostle her a little.
Yeah.
And then she still stays still, and then the bear's just like, all right. And then he
You're
leaves.
not going to play with me. Now, I think if they would have moved and they would have freaked out, he would have attacked them. So
Yeah.
there's the story, right? Is that you got to stay still. You got to stay still if you.
But see, they say that about black bears, but then there's like a whole different rule with brown bears. Like you're
Really?
supposed to. There's a certain kind of bear that you're supposed to stand up and get all crazy with, and like try to.
Are
be
you
all,
serious?
Yeah.
Do you guys know
There's
the rules?
rules about different bears. Now this worked. I mean, freezing with the black bear was the right thing to
Well,
do.
apparently they knew what to do. These chicks knew what to do, except for the whole taking a selfie thing.
It has to be the most amazing photo, though. I am dying to see it. Dying, because
my
you know
God.
that bear. That when she took it, it was like this.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, and he's standing on his hind legs. He's like, hey. It was the craziest
It
thing.
looked so great. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of the thing where after you're glad you're alive and stuff, and then you're like, I mean, how cool is it that I have a bear selfie?
Oh my God.
Because my husband saw it and he was like, you would have been so impossibly her in that situation.
Yeah,
you would have been like, oh my God.
No, you would have been not able to sit still though. You would have gotten
I know.
attacked. He would have munched you.
Yeah.
That's how you would have died. That's totally how you would have died.
I forget where in Mexico it is, some long Mexican name.
Yeah. It's not like Acapulco or
No. It's
or
got
any
like
place
4
like that.
words
It
in
is.
the name.
Uh-huh.
It's like Santa Maria.
and they were hiking.
Las,
It's
whatever.
lots of trees, very forest. It's like
Yeah.
it's not. It's yeah.
It's a pretty amazing video, though. It's
Yeah.
kind of everywhere. You can go see, like, even if you just go to YouTube and put Bear Mexico,
Uh huh.
you'll see the video.
It's crazy
incredible.
video.
Incredible.
Anything else going
Oh,
on?
yeah. We said the thing about Michael Avenatti, right? Did we
I
say
think
that?
you mentioned it when Rob was in here. You can mention it again.
So the headline is Michael Avenatti's lawyer is saying that Michael Avenatti is broke and he is asking for taxpayer fund relief to pay to have his fees paid.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not a public defender. If Michael Avenatti wants a public defender, okay, that's what you get. You don't get to have a fancy lawyer and then be like, oh, I'm out of money.
Like, what is in your brain where you think that you get to ask taxpayers if you're a criminal like Michael Avenatti, you're like, I'm gonna ask taxpayers for help.
I feel like they'll chip in. No.
Oh my God.
Nope.
What is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you? No.
No.
The answer is no, Michael Avenatti.
Not happening. What else?
Anything else?
Looking.
Oh, did you guys hear about that federal judge?
This judge's son who got shot.
Oh God. The 20-year-old son who answered the door for what he thought was a delivery guy.
A FedEx guy.
Like a FedEx guy answered the door and was shot. And then
killed.
And he was
and
killed.
And then they both, the judge and her husband came running. The husband got shot also, and then the FedEx guy took off running. But
it wasn't actually a FedEx guy.
Right.
It was, obviously.
And so she was just recently assigned, 4 days ago, in fact, she was assigned a case that deals with investment, somebody is suing a bank for their connection to Jeffrey Epstein. So there's some swirling of rumors going around that it has something to do with Epstein. It doesn't seem to be a huge part of like the real Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell stuff, but it is tangentially related nonetheless. She also has dealt with a lot of gang stuff. So I feel like it's more likely to be related to that.
She's had I don't know. She's had a lot of high profile cases. She's the one who put away that Teresa Giudice Real Housewives chick for fraud. I don't know if you guys remember that. If you ever watched that show, I don't watch any of those shows, but if you are into that, she put her away for fraud a year or whatever.
It could be mob stuff. It could be mob or gang.
No idea why this happened, but it's senseless and tragic and awful, and we don't know why, but she's a judge, and she obviously has somebody who hates her, and so this happened.
We have things to do.
Is it time?
God,
it's
Rob.
only 8. Why are you being so joyful?
Because you live your own life and I'll live mine.
Okay, but you're making demands on our lives.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
I guess we have to go. God.
Calm your... You know what?
Anyway, he's being very strict today. Whoops.
Okay.
We'll be right there.
All right, you guys. Let's bring it in. Bring it in! Bring it in! You guys have a wonderful Monday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.